Coming up, a new approach to one of the world's oldest problems. The CEO of the New England Patriots, Robert Kraft, joins me to explain how he's using a business-minded approach to try to inspire new allies. My next guests are wildly successful businessmen who are using their unique backgrounds to develop a new approach to a centuries-old problem: anti-Semitism. Now, you might remember this little blue square that made a big impact along with the hashtag #StandUpToJewishHate, or this Super Bowl ad.
I hate you because I don't understand you.
I hate you because people I know hate you.
I hate you because I think you hate me.
Because I need someone to blame.
Because you talk different.
Because you act different.
Because you're just different. Man, I hate that things are so bad that we have to do a commercial about it.
Me too.
Joining me now to talk more about this work is the founder of the Foundation to Combat Anti-Semitism, Robert Kraft, along with the foundation's new president, Adam Katz. Thank you both for being here. I appreciate it. Robert, I'm going to start with you. You founded this Foundation to Combat Anti-Semitism in 2019. You're bringing Adam in now. Why was it so important to you to bring someone in with a successful business background like you have?
When we started this back in 2019, I started to see signs in the country, with Charlottesville and then the Tree of Life shooting. And it got me worried that there were many signs of what was going on in Germany in the 30s. And I didn't want to see the 40s happen here. And that's why we founded our entity. We have a global reach, what we're doing, and working with different institutions and partners. And I realized just having people who are involved in philanthropy wouldn't help us to really take advantage of what we wanted to do in the marketplace. I wanted to get a first-class business person that could make this like a growth industry, and I really lucked out finding Adam.
When you talk about a growth industry, I would imagine that as a businessmen, both of you, this is not one of those businesses that you would hope would grow. And you started this in 2019, 4 years before October 7th, 2023. And since then, of course, the mission of your foundation has become so much more important. And on that note, Adam, how will you use your experience in business, and specifically how you use data to find the people you need to find, to educate, to create empathy, perhaps even to fight the algorithms that are helping to promote anti-Semitism and hate beyond that in ways that are really corrosive?
Dan, I'm glad you asked, and as you said, the challenge has gotten more significant, unfortunately, and social media exacerbates the problem. Obviously, what's happened since 10/7 exacerbates the problem, and that's why it's so critical to start with data and research and insights to be most effective. And so we are focused on, we scan the entire country, and in particular we focus on a segment that we consider unengaged, and this is nearly half of American adults who are effectively on the sidelines against this issue. And these are folks who, many of them are active allies against anti-Black racism, active allies against bigotry against gays and lesbians and other persecuted groups, but they're not activated against this cause. And so we need to better understand, and we are researching to understand why not. And a lot of it comes down to a deficit in education. They just don't know, and what they know is not always right. And so what we need to do is we need to find the right channels and the right vehicles and the right messages to educate them, engage them, and ultimately get them off the sidelines.
I know you both saw the controversy, got a lot of attention. The founder of Barstool Sports, a Massachusetts native, Dave Portnoy, he spoke out after patrons at a Barstool Sports-owned bar displayed signs that read "F the Jews." The initial reaction was, of course, rage, and then he spoke to you, Robert, I know, about trying to use this as a teachable moment. How will this inform the audience that, or at least part of the audience that I know that you're both trying to reach to make inroads with?
You know, that there's someone like Dave Portnoy who, when he sees an injustice like this, isn't afraid to speak out. And what we've learned, a lot of people feel it, but they're not comfortable speaking out. And thank goodness there's someone like Dave who showed leadership in this area. And he's pretty frank about anything he feels, but at the root is still, you know, anti-Semitism. For some reason, and it's gone on, unfortunately, for a couple thousand years, that anti-Semitism is such a sickness. We want people to stand up when they see something happening to their fellow Jews and speak out or correct it. People feel it, but they think that the Jewish people are powerful enough to do it on their own, and we're not. We're 2.4% of the population of the United States, and now we're getting over 65% of the religious hate crimes.
Something that Robert frequently says, and I'll paraphrase here, is Jewish hate is the canary in the coal mine. It starts with Jewish hate and it quickly spreads to other groups. We've seen that play out throughout history across the world and in this country. That cannot happen here, and our mission is to ensure that it does not happen here.
Young people are so impacted by social media that is so many falsehoods. We've decided to work with universities throughout America. And Columbia and Harvard are two of them. I had a real problem with Columbia, and I stopped giving all money about 18 months ago. And the same way at Harvard. I think there are big problems on that campus, and Alan Garber really cares. And we're trying to work as a resource for both of those universities to help educate young people. You can have free discourse, but there are boundaries.
Robert Kraft. Go ahead, Adam.
I was just going to add, and that's, you know, this is a multifaceted problem, and it needs a multifaceted solution. And there needs to be more accountability, as Robert says, and there needs to be more empathy. And that's what our organization is really focused on, is creating what Robert just described, is building these connections and bridges and ultimately building that empathy so that campuses are a vibrant environment once again.
Adam Katz, Robert Kraft, thank you so much for joining me. I appreciate it.
Thank you, Dana.
Thanks, Dana.